Your body starts aging faster when your day stays still, but a simple 30-minute walk can begin changing that in ways you can actually feel. Before we go any further, hit subscribe right now if you want to stay healthy and independent as you age. We share simple science-backed health tips like this every single day. When you look at years of healthy aging research, one pattern keeps showing up. The people who keep walking often keep more of their freedom too. They hold on to better blood pressure, steadier balance, sharper thinking, and stronger legs. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what can happen when you walk 30 minutes every day. Now, before we continue, tell me your age and where you're watching from in the comments. This helps us understand who we're helping. And honestly, I love seeing how many people are taking charge of their health from all over the world. Here's what most people get wrong. They think walking only counts if it is fast, painful, sweaty, or close to 10,000 steps. That sounds impressive, but it also scares people away. And that is a huge mistake. A 2019 study connected to Harvard researchers found that older women who averaged 4,400 steps a day had a 41% lower risk of death than women who averaged 2,700 steps. The benefit kept rising and then leveled off around 7,500 steps. So no, you do not need perfect numbers. You need steady movement. A 2023 study from the University of Massachusetts Amherst found that adults over 60 who walked between 6,000 and 9,000 steps a day had a 40 to 50% lower risk of a heart attack or stroke than those who walked only 2,000 steps a day. Did you catch that? Not extreme exercise, not just more daily walking. That means your 30-minute walk matters more than most people think. For many adults, 30 minutes of walking adds roughly 2,500 to 3,500 steps, depending on pace. Add that to your normal day, and suddenly you are much closer to the range where the research starts getting exciting. So let's count this down from number 5 to number 1, and trust me, the last one may be the most important of all. Number 5, your blood pressure can start easing down. Most people think high blood pressure only changes with pills, strict diets, or intense workouts. But actually, walking acts like a pressure release valve for your blood vessels. Blood vessels are the tubes that carry blood through your body. When you move, those tubes relax and open better. Your heart does not have to push as hard. Think of it like water moving through a garden hose. If the hose is stiff and tight, pressure builds. If the hose is open and flexible, water flows more easily. That is what daily walking can do inside your body. A 2023 study highlighted by the University of Connecticut found that older adults with high blood pressure who added about 3,000 steps a day lowered their top blood pressure number by 7 points and their bottom number by 4 points on average. That is not a tiny change. That is the kind of change doctors pay attention to. So how do you use this in real life? Start with the easiest version. Walk 10 minutes after breakfast, 10 after lunch, and 10 after dinner. If that feels annoying, do 15 minutes in the morning and 15 in the evening. If your knees are stiff, spend the first 3 minutes walking slower than usual. Let your joints warm up, then pick up your pace just enough that you can still talk, but singing would feel hard. And please do not make the mistake of walking hard for one day, then skipping 3. Your blood pressure likes rhythm. It likes regularity. Same time, same habit, same simple win. Food helps this too. Potassium is a mineral that helps balance fluid and pressure in your body. One medium banana gives about 420 milligrams. 1 cup of cooked spinach gives around 840 milligrams. Half a cup of beans gives roughly 300 to 400 milligrams. And drink water before you go. Even 8 to 16 ounces can help if you tend to walk dehydrated. Quick question. Have you ever been told your blood pressure is a little high? Or have you noticed ankle swelling by evening? Comment yes or no below. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Number 4. Your blood sugar spikes can get smaller. Most people think sugar problems only matter if they already have diabetes. But actually, big blood sugar swings can drain your energy, increase hunger, and stress your blood vessels long before diabetes shows up. Blood sugar is just the amount of sugar moving through your bloodstream. Too much of it too often causes wear and tear. Here's the thing. Your muscles are like hungry batteries. When you walk, they pull sugar out of your blood and use it for fuel. That means less sugar is left floating around causing trouble. Walking after a meal is like opening extra parking spaces when traffic is backing up. A 2023 study from Columbia University found that 5 minutes of walking every 30 minutes was the only pattern they tested that lowered both blood pressure and blood sugar during long sitting periods. It also reduced blood sugar spikes after big meals by 58% compared with sitting all day. That is huge. So what should you do? If your biggest meal is dinner, do not eat and then melt into the couch. Walk 10 to 15 minutes after the meal, not fast, not breathless, just steady. If you prefer one full walk a day, make it happen within an hour after your largest meal. That timing can help your body handle sugar better. Want a simple dinner rule? Build your plate so half is vegetables, 1/4 is protein, and 1/4 is starch. Protein means foods like chicken, fish, eggs, yogurt, tofu, or beans. A palm-sized piece of chicken gives around 25 grams of protein. Half a cup of cooked oats gives about 4 grams of fiber. One medium apple gives about 4 grams too. Fiber is the part of plant food that slows sugar from rushing into your blood. Add 1 tablespoon of peanut butter or a small handful of nuts if you need a steadier snack before a walk. Have you ever felt sleepy right after eating? That heavy, foggy feeling? Sometimes that is your body asking for movement, not more coffee. And wait until you hear what walking can do for the organ you fear losing most as you age, your mind. Number 3, your brain and mood can get a real lift. Most people think walking helps the body but does little for the brain. But actually, your brain loves movement. It runs on blood flow, oxygen, and healthy connections. Walking supports all three. When you walk, it is like turning on better lighting in a dim room. Things work more clearly. A 2023 study from the University of Maryland found that older adults between 71 and 85 who walked on a treadmill 4 days a week for 12 weeks showed stronger brain network connections and better story recall. In plain English, their brains communicated better, and their memory improved. And mood matters too. A 2019 study from Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health found that replacing sitting with more movement was linked to a 26% lower risk of becoming depressed. The researchers said 1 hour of moderate activity, like brisk walking, made a real difference. That matters because low mood is not just sadness. It can steal motivation, memory, sleep, and even appetite. So how do you make your walk brain-friendly? First, do not scroll on your phone the whole time. Let your eyes look far ahead. Notice trees, houses, birds, or even the color of the sky. Second, use what I call memory walking. Pick one simple topic before you leave. Maybe your grocery list. Maybe 3 good things from your day. Maybe a short prayer. Your brain works better when walking and thinking are gently paired. Third, use a mood reset pace. For the first 5 minutes, walk normally. For the next 10 minutes, swing your arms a little more and lengthen your stride. For the next 10, settle into a comfortable rhythm. Then slow down again for the last 5. That gives you stimulation without strain. Food can support this benefit too. Omega-3 is a healthy fat that helps brain cells. A 3-ounce serving of salmon gives roughly 1,500 milligrams of omega-3 fats. 1 ounce of walnuts gives about 2.5 grams of ALA, a plant omega-3. And berries matter. 1 cup of blueberries gives fiber and plant compounds that help protect cells from damage. Before we go further, if this is making sense so far, hit that like button. It tells me you want more videos like this. Now let's talk about something every senior cares about, even if nobody says it out loud. Number 2, your legs stay useful, not just stronger. Most people think walking is too gentle to protect independence. But actually, small daily movement is what keeps your body ready for real life. Not gym life, real life. Getting out of a chair, carrying groceries, climbing steps, crossing a parking lot before the light changes. Your body follows a simple rule. Use it or lose it. That sounds harsh, but it is true. Muscle is expensive for the body to keep. Balance is a skill. Walking tells your body, we still need this equipment. Do not shut it down. A 2021 study from UC San Diego found that older women who spent the most time doing light activity, including a casual walk, were 40% less likely to lose mobility over 6 years. In that same research, women with the highest light activity had a 46% lower risk of mobility loss. That is not about becoming athletic. That is about staying capable. Here is how to walk for function. Every day, practice 5 sit-to-stands before or after your walk. That means sitting in a chair and standing up without using your hands if you safely can. Then walk. If possible, include 1 small hill or 1 short set of stairs. If stairs are not safe, do 30 seconds of slightly faster walking, then return to normal pace. That teaches your legs to handle demand. Also, do not ignore posture. Keep your chest lifted, Eyes forward, arms swinging. Short shuffling steps train a shuffling future. Longer, smoother steps train a more stable future. Does that make sense? And feed your muscles. Older adults often need more protein than they think. Aim for 20 to 30 grams of protein in a meal after your walk. 1 cup of Greek yogurt can give around 20 grams. 3 ounces of chicken gives about 25 grams. 2 eggs give around 12 grams, so pair them with yogurt or beans if needed. For bones, 1 cup of milk gives about 300 milligrams of calcium. A cup of fortified soy milk can provide a similar amount. Strong muscles and strong bones work as a team. I'd love to hear your story. What made you click on this video today? Share in the comments, because now we're at number 1, and this is the one that changes how you think about daily walking forever. Number 1, you may be protecting your future mind and your future life. Most people think walking is just something you do to burn calories. But actually, it may be one of the clearest signals you send your body that you plan to stay alive, alert, and independent. Walking is not just exercise. It is maintenance for the whole system. A 2022 study discussed by the University of Kansas Medical Center reported that about 9,800 steps a day was linked to a 50% lower risk of dementia. Dementia is a decline in memory and thinking severe enough to affect daily life. The same report noted that even about 3,800 steps a day was linked to a 25% lower risk. So again, the message is not be perfect. The message is move more than you do now. And remember that 2019 Harvard finding: older women who walked about 4,400 steps a day already saw much lower death risk than those walking 2,700. The risk kept dropping up to around 7,500 steps. That means your daily 30-minute walk may be doing more in the background than you ever realized. Why would walking help this much? Because it hits many problems at once. It improves blood flow. It helps blood sugar. It supports mood. It lowers pressure. It keeps your legs working. It is like hiring one worker who quietly fixes 5 rooms in your house every day. So what is the smartest way to use this? Stop chasing magical numbers. Use 30 minutes as your anchor habit. If you can walk more, great. If you cannot, protect the 30. On tired days, split it into 3 10-minute walks. On better days, go once and enjoy it. If you use a cane or walker, that still counts. If you walk in a hallway, that still counts. If you do laps in a store, that still counts. For long-term support, eat in a way your heart and brain will thank you for. 1 tablespoon of olive oil can replace butter in a meal. 1 cup of beans gives fiber and minerals. 1 cup of leafy greens helps with potassium and folate. Folate is a B vitamin that helps your cells work well. And try not to finish every evening planted in a chair for hours. A good walk helps. Breaking up sitting helps too. Now, let's pump the brakes for a second. I'm not saying this to scare you, but walking is still exercise, and your body deserves respect. If you get chest pain, strong pressure in your chest, unusual shortness of breath, dizziness, or pain that shoots down your arm or jaw, stop and get medical help. If one leg suddenly swells, becomes hot, or hurts sharply, do not try to walk through it. If you have diabetes and take medicine that can lower blood sugar, check with your doctor about timing, meals, and symptoms to watch for. If you have severe arthritis, nerve damage in your feet, major balance problems, heart failure, lung disease, or a recent surgery, talk to your doctor before starting a new walking plan. If you have been mostly inactive for months, begin with 5 to 10 minutes, not 30. More is not always better. Safer is better. And shoes matter. Worn-out shoes can turn a good habit into knee pain or a fall. You do not need expensive shoes. You do need stable ones. Shoes should bend at the front, not in the middle, and your heel should not slide around. So you're convinced, but thinking, how do I actually do this? Start with the easiest plan, not the fanciest one. Tomorrow, walk for 10 minutes after 1 meal. That's it. If that goes well for 3 days, add another 10-minute walk, then another. If you prefer 1 full walk, attach it to something you already do, like after morning coffee or before evening television. If weather is bad, walk indoors. Use a hallway, a mall, a grocery store, or even loops around your living room during commercials. If money is tight, you do not need gadgets. Use a wall clock, a cheap timer, or count songs. 6 to 8 songs is often close to 20 to 30 minutes. If motivation is your problem, make walking easier to start. Put your shoes by the door tonight. Lay out your clothes. Tell one friend. Mark it on a calendar. The goal is not willpower. The goal is making the healthy choice the easy choice. Look, there's a lot of noise out there. Fancy workouts, fancy supplements, fancy promises. But daily walking keeps showing up in the research for one reason: it works. You don't need to overthink this. You do not need to become a fitness person. Start with just 10 minutes if that is where you are. Build toward 30. Let consistency do the heavy lifting. Your body will tell you if it's working. You may breathe easier, sleep better, feel steadier, think clearer. You may notice less stiffness getting out of bed, less heaviness after meals, less fear about losing your independence. If this helped you, hit that like button. And if you want more videos like this, make sure you're subscribed because we post new health tips every single day. Stay healthy, stay strong.